everyone, this is Legendary Player 1. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile of pure Lightsworn deck. And this is going to be a casual variant since it is pure Lightsworn. It's November 2018 format. New format coming out soon, but I think this is basically going to be it. I don't think there's going to be much hits for this deck. So let's go ahead and start. Obviously with Boss Monster, you're going to have triple Judgment Dragon. It's a pure Lightsworn variant, so it's very easy to summon this. Its blow up effect, it's still pretty good. There are things that resist destroying, but it's overall still a 3000 beater. And again, pretty decent effect. Another key component of the deck is going to be 3 Wolf Lightsworn Beast. You mill it, you summon it. There's not much to it, but it is very important. So having 3 of Wolf is going to be a must. Another 3 of is going to be Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. One of the few cards that lets you mill during your main phase, so you can still keep on doing effects and without ending your turn. So that is pretty good, even though it's just 2, and then you get another 2 during the end phase. So yeah, overall it's a pretty good effect. Another 3 of is going to be Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner. So again, it's limited once per turn per card, so if you have more copies of the card, you can activate it again. So yeah, overall, again, 3 must-have. Another 3 of is going to be Fairy Tale Snow. The good thing about this is that it is not limited on once per turn. So yes, you definitely want to have 3 of those cards. Super important. And it's very easy to summon it because you're going to be milling or self-milling or sending a lot of cards from your deck to your graveyard very frequently. So you will be able to activate it 2 to 3 times during the duel. And now let's go with the 2 ofs. Going to be 2 Fearless, the Lightsworn Archer. Only triggers by effects of monsters. So it would be a 3 of if it was by also affects spells. Since it's not the case, it's going to be good enough, and it's also a tuner, so yeah, good enough. Another 2 of Gareth, a Lightsworn Warrior. Previously, before Minerva Xyz, this would not be run, but now since you do have Minerva for Xyz, you're able to get additional draw. And it's very important. This is a 40 deck variant. So yes, drawing through your deck is going to be very easy, and you're going to be able to summon a bunch of monsters in one turn. So overall, Gareth is, again, decent enough. Another card that you want a 2 of is going to be Minerva Lightsworn Maiden. It's going to give you that extra mill, which is going to be important a lot of times. So you're very rarely going to be able to special summon it. Sorry, normal summon it, or you very rarely want to do that, just because of getting the effect of getting a Judgment Dragon most of the time from your deck. But yeah, most of the time you really don't want to use or waste your normal summon on that, since you want to use Luminas for normal summon for that. So now I'm going to be the 1 ofs, and this are mostly because of the name. So it's going to be 1 Raikou, Lightsworn Hunter, 1 Irin, Lightsworn Monk. This one has a decent effect, but yeah, I mean, you really mostly just handle it because of the name. 1 Celestia. It targets, it's still okay enough, but yeah, you just want 1 of those. Also 1 Lila. Again, normal summons, you generally want to use it on what is going to be Lumina. But every now and then, it's going to be decent enough. And now for other cards that are not Lightsworn that are also important. Goblinberg, you want 1. Again, the reason that I'm only running 1 of this is because it's more of a pure Lightsworn, so you want to see the spells as frequently as possible. So I was running it at more than 1, didn't seem to work that well. For me, I prefer consistency over power. So if it's going to be more of a Saki deck, that yes, you're going to be able to get, if you get lucky, you're going to be able to obliterate the opponent. I mean, I'm really not a fan of that if it's not going to be consistent enough. So again, it's more of a casual deck regardless. I don't think the Lights won't have that much power nowadays, but again, it's still going to be good for locals. Also have one Perform Rage, Trick Clown. Yeah, it's a free summon, so yeah, it's good enough. Effect Veiler. Again, 1-off, it's a tuner, and you might be using its effect every now and then. Glow Up Bulb. It's gonna be an extra mill, a free special summon, and also it's gonna give you access to the Synchro monster that you'll see in a second. So yeah, one of those. Now for the spells. Just move this a little bit. Triple Solar Recharge. So again, consistency. You want to see a lot of cards in your graveyard. You want to trigger a lot of effects in the graveyard. That's going to help you a lot. Going to give you a lot of cards, resources. So yeah, you want 3 of those. 3 Charge of the Light Brigade. Again, milling a lot, activating as much effects as possible. So 3 of those. Now for the 2-ofs. And this is a little bit questionable, but it's going to be the name. So it's going to be 2 Lightsworn Sanctuaries. So yes, it's very deemed as not good, which I partially agree. But again, Minerva is its effect triggers for every Lightsworn effect. So every Lightsworn card, it doesn't specify minions. So if you have Lightsworn Sanctuary, it's going to be able to activate its effect and give you that extra card that might be very important. And also with the Lightsworn Sanctuary, if you mill, like say 3 Luminas, you're able to retrieve it from your graveyard with Lightsworn Sanctuary. So it's not that it's a good card, it's more of a good enough to fit the deck. So yeah, you're going to have 2 of those. Now for the 1-ofs, 1 Reinforcement of the Army. You have a lot of warriors, so you're definitely going to run that. 1 Monster Reborn. Again, yeah, you mill a lot, or you self-mill, or you send a lot of cards from your deck to the graveyard, so you definitely want to run 1 of those. 1 Foolish Burial. You trigger the wolves, so yeah, that's very important as well. Free a special summon. 1 Soul Church. There's really not much to say there. It's a very good card in these type of decks. So if you pull it out, you're going to be able to do a lot of link summoning. And finally, 1 Twin Twisters. So I've been thinking of replacing the 1-ofs with Twin Twisters and another 1-of to maybe add a card that I pulled recently. I pulled a 2 of the GameStop promotion where you get 2 for the price of 1. I pulled the what is the name of this trap card? I'm spacing out right now, but it's a very useful trap card nowadays, and it's secret rare. But again, I'm still not sure about that. So for now, this is going to be the build, and now I'm going to go with what is going to be the extra deck. So a lot of 1-ofs are going to be 1 Nightmare Griffin. Gets you an extra card every now and then. Get enough card. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's able to limit what your opponent is able to do if it's co-linked with another card. 1 Borolo Dragon. So yeah, again, good card, very good card, not much to say about that. 1 Curious Lightsworn Dominion. I'm thinking of maybe getting 2 of these because you are able to summon these fairly easily. And being able to send cards to the graveyard, and also basically getting a special summon with Wolf or Felis since it's an effect monster. Yeah, I might be running 2 of those in the future. So another 1-of is going to be Isolde of the Noble Knights. So yeah, it's a warrior, very easy link, and very good arrows. I do not run any equipped spells as you can see, but it's still a very good card, regardless. 1 Underclock Taker. And again, it just gives you extra things to do. So, yeah, I mean, why not? So those were the links. Now for the XCs. And I might be replacing these soon if I do get more Luminas or even Minervas. So it's going to be 2 Dark Rebellion XCs, so it's just a 2500 attack monster, it's a beater. That's about it, not much to say there. So it's an okay card. I might replace those soon. 1 Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn. With this deck, it seems that very easily you can pull out 2 Minervas, so yes, I'm thinking of getting 2 Minervas instead of just 1. 1 Dante of the the Traveler of the Burning Abyss. Again, every now and then you can pull this out. So at mills, so again, it's good. It's auto mill sends your cards to the graveyard. Sorry if I'm correcting myself a lot on that, but still, I'm familiar with the term mill if it's applied for both or just for your opponent. So, 1 Olivier, the Sea Dragon. It's again, every now and then you're going to use that effect. Most of the times you're not. But yeah, I mean, it's an okay card. Now for the Synchros, 2 Michael the Arch Lightsworn. Yeah, it's good. It banishes, it targets, which is bad, but it does banish, which is pretty good. Only the 1,000 life points cost. If it gets destroyed, you recover life points, and you return Lightsworns to your deck, which can be pretty important if you pretty much ran out of resources and your opponent is just waiting for you to empty your deck. So yeah, it's gonna be useful. 1 Ascension Sky Dragon. It's able to bring the monsters back. It's really not that important anymore, but you can link summon with that if you do destroy something or it destroys itself or whatever. So yeah, it's okay. 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. With links nowadays, it's really not that important anymore, but it's still relevant somewhat. So it's okay. 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. So, yeah, again, you can pull it out fairly easily. I think it's a pretty decent card. So yeah, there's 1 of that. And finally, 1 Natural Beast. This was the synchro that I was speaking of. Fairly easy to make, level 5. Most of your Lightsworn are level 4, so yeah, for spell-reliant cards or decks, you definitely want to run 1 of those. So yeah, that's basically the profile. I hope you liked it, and if you did, just leave a comment or subscribe. Any feedback is always welcomed, and thank you for watching.